What's going on? It's Suck and I'm back with a brand new video on SuperDuprTech. In today's video, I shall be unboxing the 24-inch M1 powered iMac which was released in 2020. If you would like to see this iMac tested and put through its paces and be one of the first 5,000 people, then be sure to subscribe, clicking the bell icon to be notified when a new video goes live. Without any further ado, let's hit the titles. So first up, let's mention this is the new design for the iMac models, which now are slimmer than the original iPhone, which is mainly down to the new Apple Silicon chips and an external power supply. These iMac models start at £1,249, but if you spec them out, you could be paying over £2,550. But enough about that, let's crack open the box and see what comes included. So opening the new fancy packaging, the first thing we see is the iMac, which really doesn't weigh much, and placing this to a side, we get further access to the other bits and bobs. The first of these is the documentation, which has a quick start guide on how to get the unit powered and connect the keyboard and mouse, and there is also some health and safety information which is available in both English and French. And finally, we get a single colour matched Apple sticker, and as you can tell, I have opted for the silver coloured iMac. Next up, we have the power supply unit, which has a non-removable braided cable that connects to the iMac using a magnetic connector, which has an approximate length of around 1.5 meters. This power supply unit can output 143 watts of power, which is a lot more than the display or the M1 chip would use, which is interesting nevertheless. Though I'd certainly agree that this has been over-engineered, and I'm all for it. On the higher spec models, the power brick does come with a built-in Ethernet port, so if you do need to have a wired network connection, then at least you've still got the option. Next up, we have the power cable. Now this cable has an approximate length of around 1 meter. Which reminds me of how you're able to have a power cable to extend the reach of a MacBook's charger, which I think is great considering I personally have a standing desk. Now this cable will connect directly to the power supply unit and then into a wall outlet. Next up, we have the keyboard, which has had a very slight redesign compared to what we had previously. And on the higher spec models, we do get a built-in Touch ID on the top right of the keyboard, but on this model it is used to lock the Mac. This keyboard, like the previous models, charges using a lightning charger, which is good, I guess. I mean, we have multiple lightning chargers around our house, and I'm pretty sure that's the same for other people, especially those deep within the Apple ecosystem. Given that pretty much the only ports on this iMac are USB-C, I would have certainly loved to have seen this keyboard and the Magic Mouse that you'll see in a few moments be charged using that USB-C port. And what is perhaps the most disappointing thing that comes included is the Magic Mouse, which has an unchanged design, which yes, means this Magic Mouse still charges once again using lightning from underneath the mouse, which means you cannot use this mouse while charging. Please Apple, let's update this design. And lastly, we have the lightning cable to charge these accessories, which this time, as I say, has a USB-C connection on the other side, as these iMac models predominantly come with just USB-C ports on the back. This cable is braided and they are colour matched to the iMac's colour and have an approximate length of around 1 meter. So now we have the iMac itself, which has a lot of protective packaging stuck to it to protect it from scuffs and scratches whilst it's being shipped. Now in terms of the design, if you ask me, I'm a fan of it. I know it's got a chin, but I think it looks great on a black desk and the contrast is really good. But the good thing is Apple have a range of different colours to choose from, so it'll look good no matter what environment it's placed in. As I mentioned earlier, the iMac comes with a power brick which can output up to 143 watts of power. It connects to the iMac using that over-engineered magnetic port on the rear. Personally, I love it in all honesty. I've almost never had to disconnect the iMac from power, so even though I do like the idea of it, I think personally I would almost never interact with this pretty handy feature. Now I say it's handy because I can understand as to why the elderly would appreciate this, especially when it comes to reaching around the rear of this rather large machine and disconnecting it from the power. So that's it for today. I'll be uploading more videos soon on this product, testing its performance and how it performs when you throw a few games at it. So if you'd like to see anything tested on them, then be sure to let me know by once again hitting me up on my social media, Twitter and Instagram, links to which can be found down below in this video's description. I will be reviewing this product too, so if you'd like to see this, then be sure to subscribe clicking the bell icon to be notified when this video goes live. Once again, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Take care and have a good one.